Yep. That was humbling. It was very, very humbling. I thought I could single-handedly fill a draft, and I forgot that it's June 1st and the weather's absolutely beautiful, and my face is not as good looking as this weather. But nevertheless, we have filled up a $3 mini, and we're drafting from the 101. So patience is a virtue. Let's go. How's everybody doing today? All clear. Thank you, beautiful. God bless you. Whatever you're cooking smells delicious. So at the 101, we're going to do things a little different. We're going to go ahead and draft Kadarius Toney with the 101. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to get Justin Jefferson first overall. We're just going full fucking rogue today. And yes, we are cursing. All right. If you're in this draft with me, say something. All right. I'm ready. Let's go. We're going with Justin Jefferson at the 101. Do not have enough shares of Justin Jefferson, so this is always good because you're never going to get them at the 102. After we go Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase taken off the board. Then CMC. Very typical start. Then Cooper Kupp. Let me guess, next Tyreek Hill. Come on. I know you want to take Tyreek. Go ahead and do it. This guy goes Bijan. Travis Kelce. Wow. Good for him. This is going to be Tyreek Hill. Yep. Now you're going to see either Stephon Diggs or A.J. Brown. Wait for it. Tell me you've done too many fantasy drafts without telling me you've done too many fantasy drafts. I'm waiting for more DeAndre Hopkins news. I'm getting really, really sick and tired of him dilly-dallying and trying to figure out where he wants to move and win a Super Bowl. Like, stop being a freaking diva and figure it out already, but just go somewhere and go play football so I can know whether I want to draft you or not. No, but seriously, it would be nice to... I feel like early June is like such a lull point for football because the weather is so nice and we've been waiting so long to have such beautiful weather. I don't know if, unless you like live in BC or California or something stupid like that. But yeah, like nobody's doing these fantasy drafts except for us crazy fantasy junkies. And I love being here on Drafters and doing these drafts. 101, nice. Yes, thanks, Liam. Liam says 101 is nice. I like the 101. It's cool. All right, so after Tyreek Hill gone, A.J. Brown, Austin Eckler, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Amon St. Brown, Bijan Robinson, and Jonathan Taylor. Interesting to see both running backs go around the bend there. I figured he'd try to go for like a Garrett Wilson or Devontae, but he went straight up running backs there. But I mean, having a Bijan at the 112, it's starting to seem like people are coming down from the hype. Not everybody is getting him at the RB2 anymore. It's just the RB3 now. So after Jonathan Taylor's gone, Garrett Wilson's gone, somebody who I really want to start getting more exposure to, Devontae Adams off the board. If Tom Brady plays in Vegas, and I know it's such a crazy concept, but if Tom Brady plays in Vegas, do you think Adams becomes a first-round pick? I don't know how many shares or how much exposure I have to Devontae Adams, but I would probably want some more Devontae Adams and definitely want some more, Jacoby Myers, but Michael Mayer would be such a sick freaking addition for Tom Brady. But then again, if Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, which all signs are pointing towards him being healthy, like he just had surgery in March, then a healthy Jimmy G is being drafted in the 20th round right now. And that's why it pays to be a crazy fantasy junkie like myself and all these other psychos who are drafting right now with me, because you get these huge, massive steals and nobody can stop you. All right. It appears Gortat stole my thumbnail, so I hate you, Gortat. Well, let's go Jalen Hurts. Nice. We're off to a decent start. It would have been nice had Smith fallen to, or Devontae Smith fallen there. I've gotten quite a few shares of him last couple of drafts, but nevertheless, we're off to a decent start. I didn't want Jalen Hurts, but I also didn't want to pass on Jalen Hurts. See, initially when we started doing these drafts, sorry, I'll catch up with the chat shortly. Initially when we started doing these drafts, Jalen Hurts would go as the QB1. And right now he's going as a QB3. And it's happening more often than not. I still find it very peculiar for whoever takes a quarterback in round 2. I've done it quite a few times, but I'm also in a lot of drafts. Liam says, as summer progresses, no way he stays at top 20. Is this in regards to Bijan? I don't know, man. I don't think in best ball format, I don't think Bijan's ever going to fade past the second round. I do think he falls towards like the middle of the second round, and that's when I'll start getting exposure to him, because right now I will not draft him at ADP. The fact that you could get guys like Austin Eckler and Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley, crazy. Nah, that's Jimmy. Oh, you're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo? There's no way that he stays at round 20. Yeah, I mean, he might go a little bit earlier, but like the last couple of drafts I've done, which is a couple, he's been going either undrafted or in the 20th round, which is an absolute steal. So we might even just wait to draft him in our very last round. If that works out, we're chilling. We just get to stack up on as much value as possible. All right, let's catch up on the draft. After we go Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs gone, Calvin Ridley gone, DK Metcalf taken off the board, Ramondre Stevenson taken. Oh, look, Jonesy One Kenobi. Such an original name. He took Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. He got the stack. Ooh. And then Nappy Kang sniped the Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. If I'm at the 107 and Tyreek Hill falls to me, I think I can finally get that correlation that I've been dying to get, where I get both Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. It'll happen one day. Anyways, after Ramondre Stevenson's gone, Derrick Henry's taken, then Lamar Jackson, then Breece Hall, then Deebo Samuel, Najee Harris, Jahmyr Gibbs, DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is going ahead of an Amari Cooper. And if DeAndre Hopkins ends up in Buffalo or some other place, both of those guys might fall in terms of ADP. I don't see any place other than Kansas City improving DeAndre Hopkins' ADP currently, which is at the end of the third round. So after Hopkins and Amari Cooper are taken around the bend, Mark Andrews goes. Then Keenan Allen's taken off the board. Drake London, Jerry Jeudy, and we're all caught up. Yeah, I was saying that it's like a very lull period. Everybody's enjoying summer cookouts, at least where I'm from, because it's cold like 9 months out of the year here in Ottawa, Ontario. It's like a toilet bowl of weather. I'm not a weather forecast person, but it's like a toilet bowl. We get the worst of everything. We get 4 seasons in one day. You know, actually, here's a fact. Here's a very fun fact. The founder of the Four Seasons, spent a day in Ottawa and came up with a name because we get Four Seasons in one day. But right now, it's beautiful. It's humid AF, but I'm good with that. So after Judy's taken off the board, TJ Hawkinson gone, Christian Kirk gone, Terry McLaurin gone. Terry McLaurin would be another one of those players who I don't think I have any exposure to. Somebody who I'd like to get some exposure to, but I don't know how Howell's going to play. How now Brown Cow. All right, after Mike Williams is taken, then Senor Watson, then Joe Burrow, and we're on the clock. We get to make some back-to-back epic picks. All right. Oh, I already got Jalen Hurts. That hurt. We'll go Travis Etienne because we need a running back. And then we'll go Chris Godwin. We don't have any Chris Godwin. We got quite a bit of DJ Moore. So we'll go Chris Godwin. So as of now, we have one running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 quarterback. So we're doing all right. I'm trying something different. I posted on Twitter earlier today that, I have way too much particular exposure here on Drafters basketball tournaments to some players. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different, make June a month where I don't draft my 40%, 43%, 30 drafts or 30 plus drafts. And I've gotten 43% of some players. And it's not just one player. There's like 3 players who I got at 43%. It's absolutely bonkers. Anyways, so June, fresh month to pivot. We're going to go a whole completely different direction. Try to get another 50, 60 drafts in here. That's our goal. That and getting these drafts to fill at the snap of a finger. I want to be Thanos on Drafters. Speaking of Drafters, we are here drafting on Drafters Fantasy Sports. Drafters is it's a betting app, I guess, because you could do the pick'ems. I just give a pick'em play 10x your money. I think it's going to hit. I've been crushing my parlays everywhere else. So yeah, Drafters Fantasy Sports. Right now we're doing a $3 mini. They provide 2 paid best ball football tournaments and many DFS stuff and a whole bunch of other things. It's a really, really great site, really, really great app. Essentially, we're doing a best ball tournament here. The way best ball works is you get 20 rounds in the draft. You get 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. It's points per reception. So receivers and elite tight ends are going to go early and often. So finding wide receivers early is going to be at a premium. So there's that, even though we just saw a huge run on running backs. Massive. But there's a lot of running back value later on. Nevertheless, instead of having to worry and stress about having to set a lineup, do waiver transactions, do trades, and just like look at the end of your week and be like, holy crap, I just left 60 points on the bench. What Best Ball does is it takes the best overall performance out of your 20 roster slots based on the way you draft in your roster construction, and it applies at each position the best overall performance in your weekly matchup. So say you got Joe Burrow, you got Dak Prescott, and you got Russell Wilson. Say Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson shit the bed. Russell Wilson's expected to shit the bed, but I think he's going to be all right. Wink, wink. And Dak Prescott's the guy who had the best game out of the 3 names that I just mentioned. They're going to apply Dak Prescott's fantasy points towards your weekly matchup. So you want to draft for depth. The first 10 rounds are just as important as the last 10 rounds. The fact that everybody's paying a buy-in fee here on Drafters, so it's $3 to enter the $3 mini, obviously. But first place gets $30,000. There's over $300,000 in total winnings between first place to like 1,000th place. And then there's their $20 $2 million best ball tournament. And the $20 $2 million is obviously $20 buy-in, but first place gets $300,000, which is sick. And there's over $2 million in total prizes and winnings from first place to 2,000th. That's a tongue twister. Anyways, sign up today using code DiscoDrafts1. Get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. We're the only promo code out there, DiscoDrafts1, that does this for drafters. There's no other promo code out there that does this. I promise you. It's only 50% everywhere else. And yes, it's June, so we're going to give you all the content you need to have to be ready for when you're ready to get in here in these drafts. But we have an advantage simply because we're getting this broken ADP where everybody's, Dalvin Cook's going in the 7th round. It's nuts. It's nuts. Ezekiel Elliott's going in like the 18th round. Yes, he doesn't have a team, but it doesn't matter. We know he's going to get picked up somewhere and he's going to ball out. Oh, don't let me get Dallas Goedert. You let me get this correlation. You're a bum. Behave. No, you behave. Do not take Dallas Goedert. Don't do it. Took Jahan Dotson. Stupid. Yes. Easily the easiest pick we've made. All right, we got way too much Dalvin Cook. He's one of my most owned players. Not looking at Darren Waller. Let's take George Pickens. Yeah. All right, so right now we are at one tight end, one quarterback, one running back. So we need to start getting some running backs, but we have the secret cheat codes that nobody else has. They think they have it, but they don't have it. But yeah. We're going to get our value later on at the running back position. We're not worried about that, but we have 4 phenomenal wide receivers. God, this might be my best draft yet. It took a while for it to get going, but I mean, damn, we got the 101. We got Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert stackage. We got Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Travis Etienne in PPR format. We're just better. Listen, if I win off of this lineup, it just shows that like mental fortitude and the ability to not give up and quit is a thing. Because like we literally tried to stream this at 6 p.m. It's now 6:42. We had to wait 30 minutes for this to fill up, and I was like, I'm not going to just talk to myself here. There's no NFL news. DeAndre Hopkins has not signed. Jimmy Garoppolo is still in a boot. Aaron Rodgers is still barefoot with a calf strain. You're all caught up on NFL news today. There's nothing else. I mean, Tua's put on like 60 pounds. Russell Wilson's lost 60 pounds. Dalvin Cook still may be released based off of a Twitter banner conspiracy theory. The fact that Twitter banner conspiracy theory is like the closest correlation we have to an actual headline in the NFL today is bananas. Crazy. Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback who signed a lot of money. Like a lot of money. Like broke record signing. I think it's cool that his mom was his agent and his representative though. Because like you're going to get guys like Adam Schefter saying, oh, you need an agent. No, his mama did it. Shout out to all the mamas. The good ones. The good ones. All right. We rambled on there. So after we took Pickens, Alexander Madison was taken, Cam Akers, Brandon Cooks, James Conner, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Gabe Davis, Darren Waller, Jordan Addison. It would have been nice to have gotten Addison. I didn't think about it. It also would have been nice to get Hawkinson. Also, something else I didn't think about. Whatever, it's June 1st. We'll be back tomorrow. Rashad White, then around the bend, Clint, JR 8. What's the point of having the 8195? Anyways, he took Isaiah Pacheco and Deshaun Watson, two very fantastic picks. So having the number 8195 makes you a good drafter. Noted. Quentin Johnston to Scotty Tuhati, Dalvin Cook, then Javonte Williams, which is quite a reach. What round is it that Dalvin Cook's being taken in right now? Oh, God. This UI. Round 8. Yeah, usually I snag him in round 7, but round 8. Absolutely bananas. So Anthony Richardson, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. Hold on. I think somebody's chatting in the Discord and not in the actual chat here. What are you doing, bud? All right. I digress. All right. So after Bateman's gone, Elijah Moore taken. Somebody who I'd like to take more. See what I did there? Dad jokes. Then Dak Prescott, Evan Ingram. We're up on the. Let's see what kind of running back exposure we can get right now. I'll just scroll this thing down. All right. Like that pick. All right. This is my first stack of, typically I would never draft Kirk Cousins. I despise the man. I cannot stand Kirk Cousins. Typically, I would not take him, but we have Justin Jefferson. In all my other 3 shares of Justin Jefferson, where I drafted at the 105, I had not taken a single stab at Kirk Cousins. So we're good at quarterback. We don't need another quarterback. I think we can afford having one more tight end and just going crazy on running back value and wide receiver value. So yes, we are going to hope and pray that they let one of our gems slip to us. But in the meantime, 2 wide receivers go off the board. You'll love to see it. So Cortland Sutton gone. Michael Thomas gone. Oh, Charbonnet gone. It's okay. I will not draft Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker unless I have Kenneth Walker and then add Charbonnet. It makes no sense to draft a Charbonnet without having that correlation where you're raising your floor but lowering your ceiling. You just get more consistent, guaranteed performances from either one of them on a weekly basis on your structure. So it's all good. We know that we got Kendre Miller, who should be available to us when we get back. We know that we're going to have Roschon Johnson available to us when we get back. So it would have been nice to have gotten the thumbnail. I really need more Nick Chubb in my life because I don't have enough shares of Nick Chubb, and he's the most reliable running back in fantasy football in the history of ever. Name one who's not been more reliable than Nick Chubb. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, exactly. All right, so after Charbonnet is gone, Juju Smith-Schuster's gone. What a stupid pickup for the New England Patriots. And what a horrible contract. What are we doing? If you don't know, I'm a New England Patriots fan. Kind of hurts when we suck. We've had it good for so long. Then Tua Tagovailoa. I believe the person who has Tua also has Tyreek Hill. Gortat. Gortat has a sick team right now. He has Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Christian Kirk, Marquise Brown. So his wide receivers are all right. Kyle Pitts, DeAndre Swift, Rashad Bateman, Tua Tagovailoa. So he has a really good draft. I like his team. So after Tua's gone, Damian Harris is gone, Alan Lazard's gone, AJ Dillon's gone. That's another guy who we were really hoping we'd get some exposure to, but it's okay. We will pivot. We will digress. We do really need our running backs, though. Alvin Kamara gone. That's a good sign for us. because I have a feeling he's not going to play. So David Njoku taken, and then we'll see what Clint JR8195 does with his second pick around the bend. And while we wait on Clint Jr., we will have a sip of the pomegranate. No, it's not the pomegranate. I lied. It's Fruit de Dragon. It's dragon fruit. It's a tasty beverage. Then we got Clint Jr. goes with Tyler Boyd, and then Scotty Too Hottie goes with Daniel Jones. Am I yelling too loud on the mic? Somebody confirm or deny if I'm yelling too loud into the mic. Brian Robinson, Fudgesicles. Okay, so my tactic is slapping me in the face right now because it's not going the way I had planned. We really need to start getting some running back luck and start seeing things like Odell Beckham Jr. and Jacoby Myers, maybe some quarterbacks, some tight ends, some wide receivers off the board, but leave the running back position alone. Nappy Kang, don't do it. I think where I messed up was taking George Pickens over Dalton Kincaid. Gone. Okay. We're doing all right. Oh, Lord. Antonio Gibson gone. We're not doing okay. I wouldn't have drafted him anyways. I should eventually start getting exposure to Antonio Gibson, but not today. Then Jamal Williams goes. Geno Smith goes. Please leave Kendre Miller for the love of God. Oh, we got James Cook. We're doing all right. No, that's our team. We got James Cook. We got Travis Etienne and James Cook. We're doing all right. We're doing okay, guys. When the hell did we get James Cook? I must have hit my head way too many times. I really don't remember. All right. Cool. No brainer. Kendre Miller, no brainer. I told you we had a plan. You guys thought I was panicked, huh? We weren't panicked. You were panicked. Two great running backs. Let's go over our team. We got Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Travis Etienne, James Cook from the Bills of Buffalo. We got Khalil Herbert, Kendre Miller. Kendre Miller is eventually going to be the number one running back in New Orleans. Mark my words. Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Dallas Goedert. We have the best team here easily. Let's see what our boy Clint Jr.'s got. Bijan, Jonathan, Hopkins, Amari, Michael Pittman, Deontay Johnson, Isaiah Pacheco, Deshaun Watson, David Njoku, Todd, but he's actually got a really nice team. I'm not going to knock it. Our team's better, though. And now we're just looking for a high ceiling, high upside. If we get that high ceiling, high upside at either the wide receiver, running back position, we can't afford one more tight end, but we need high ceiling, high upside. If we can get that, we're going to have our best draft lineup yet. It's very true. All right. So after we go Kendre Miller, A-Chain's gone, a guy I'm not high on, Jared Goff gone, Dalton Schultz taken, somebody who I'd like to get more exposure to. I think I have one share out of 32 drafts now. Rasheed Rice gone, Zay Jones gone, Jerick McKinnon gone. I don't want any Jerick McKinnon. I don't care what the situation is. I want zero to do with him. Aaron Rodgers gone, Sky Moore gone. Sky Moore is somebody who would lose tremendous value if DeAndre Hopkins signs to Kansas City. They had like a game where all of the wide receivers were knocked out and Sky Moore was still not trusted to be in the offense. Then Chigozimu Kwankwu is taken. I love that name. Then Elijah Mitchell, a very, very good handcuff, gone. And then Russell Wilson. And then after Russell Wilson, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne. All right. Just leave. Jordan Love's gone. Just leave the damn running back position alone. Don't touch my running backs. Now I see Jaylen Warren right now at the corner of my eye, and I will not take any Jaylen Warren unless I have Najee Harris. Yes, he'll have a spike week or two, but his ceiling in comparison to a guy like Roschon Johnson, who is still available, I believe, is there's no comparison. There really isn't. So we're just going for high upside RBs. We have a very, very good wide receiver core. If our team did have a weakness, it would be our running back position. All right. And yes, I know we have Khalil Herbert. Like, I understand, but I think Khalil Herbert's going to be the guy who totes the rock in the first 7-8 games of the season. And then I think after Khalil Herbert starts fading away, we're going to get that correlation where Roschon Johnson, who would have been a number 1 overall pick if he wasn't the backup to Bijan Robinson in the University of Texas, he would have been a first-round pick easily. Like, I think he would have gone over Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm so high on Roschon Johnson, like it makes no sense. But he went to the University of Texas and whatever. All right, so let's click on our queue, scroll down. All right, take Tyler Algier as well, because as much running as Bijan's going to do, he's going to need to get a little breather, a little breakaroo. So we will take that handcuff situation. And I'm not writing off Cordell Patterson. I think Cordell Patterson will go back to the more traditional slot receiver role, where you'll also see him involved in a lot of like the reverse veer option games. I think Cordell Patterson might be in for a career year. Am I seeing people leave the chat? No, kidding. But yeah, that's my take. I don't think you fade a extreme talent like Cordell Patterson, who has elite speed, who needs to touch the ball. If you looked at their offense last year, they had Tyler Huntley, all 4'3" of him, running that reverse veer position. You get Cordell Patterson on a reverse. You get him on like a triple option. You get him on a bubble screen. You get him on a shallow screen. He's gone to the house. He gets to go back to the position he was drafted in, but also he gets to use the tools that he's developed along the years to make him an elite fantasy threat. I cannot say enough good things about Cordell Patterson. Arthur Smith is going to use him, and he's going to use it well. Mark my words. You heard it here first. Clip it. Somebody clip it. Oh, I don't want to do that. All right. Rondell Moore goes after we take Tyler Algier. Devin Singletary, who is just a good handcuff. Tyler Higbee, Jalen Hyatt, Matt Stafford, Sam Laporta, Jonathan Mingo. We're all up to date. Got 7 people in here. Thank you guys for tuning in. State your name. What's your presence? What's your presence? What kind of stupid question was that? But yeah, we might do a giveaway. So announce yourselves so I can give something away. Raheem Mostert off the boardizzle. Gerald Everett. I have 0 shares of Gerald Everett, and I want to start getting some because they didn't really address the tight end position there. And he started off like gangbusters last year, and the only reason why he started performing poorly in the last 5-6 weeks is because he was playing hurt. Dude's a dog, though. His run after the catch is something I didn't think he had, that ability, but in that offense with the check down system and the fact that they're adding Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, it makes Gerald Everett a very, very good late round pick. Who's this? Aaron Roberts says Roschon, definitely talented. Hi, Aaron. Are you in this draft with us, bud? If so, who are you in the draft? Like, what's your... Watch him be the only guy who uses his government name. Nope. So after Jonathan Mingo, Raheem Mostert, Gerald Everett, Dolchich, Zeke is gone. Zeke is going to sign somewhere, and he's getting picked up in the 13th round. DJ Chark, Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, Jeff Wilson, Cole Kmet, Marvin Mims, Isaiah Hodgins, Kenny Pickett, Donovan Peoples-Jones. We're all caught up. Hey, Aaron Roberts says, hey, not in this draft. Well, we'll get you in one of these soon, eventually. Are you currently on Drafters Fantasy Sports? Have you signed up on the app using code DiscoDrafts1? All right. We're all right at running back. We can wait a little bit. So we'll take... Once again, we're going for high ceiling. We're on the clock again, obviously. Stupid. And we'll take Van Jefferson. Both high ceiling, deep threats, speed demons. I really like our draft right now. I really, really like our draft right now. We'll do a draft review. At the quarterback position, Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins. Travis Etienne to start off the running back position. James Cook, Khalil Herbert, Kendre Miller, Roschon Johnson, Tyler Algier. I think we pivoted and did really well there, especially going hero RB with Travis Etienne. Good job, Disco. Thanks, Disco. Justin Jefferson as our wide receiver 1, then Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Marquez Valdez Scantling, Van Jefferson, Dallas Goedert. So we need to get another tight end. But I think we don't need another quarterback. We're all right at quarterback. We definitely need another tight end. Maybe 2. I would suggest never drafting 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends unless you are desperate to have validity at either position. I would say you need to reach early in one of these drafts on either the quarterback position or the tight end position. That way you get to stack value later on at either the running back position or wide receiver position. So between the quarterbacks and tight ends, no more than 5. So distribute it however you want to distribute it. Keep it in the back of your mind based on your roster construction, because there's a lot of situations where you could be like, oh man, this 7th running back who's available in the 20th round that we're going to pick up with our 7th running back pick could have been on my roster, but I have 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends. And if I can get 2 high ceiling quarterbacks like a Kirk Cousins and a Jalen Hurts, and their bye weeks don't conflict, then I'm going to just stick with 2 quarterbacks. So if I can get another tight end right now that I believe in, I think we're fine at the quarterback position, tight end position. We just get to stack up on, high ceiling, late value picks at the running back and wide receiver position. So Hayden Hurst is definitely not one of those tight ends I believe in. He's not even on my top 20. I don't think he made it on my top 25. Honestly. Great blocker, though, but blocking doesn't really translate to fantasy production and fantasy points. John Mechie going off the board really hurts. I definitely need to get more exposure to John Mechie. And it's nice to see that the person who drafted Mechie also got Stroud. So that person definitely knows what they're doing. Nappy Kang, AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Lamar Jackson, TJ Hawkinson, J.K. Dobbins, Brandon Ayuk, Montgomery, Zay Flowers, Damian Harris, Dalton Kincaid, Jerick McKinnon, Derek Carr, Sam Laporta, Marvin Mims, CJ Stroud, John Mechie. It's a very solid team. I give him an A. We're the only A++ here, though. Chase Claypool gone, somebody who I have 43% exposure to, so we're no longer drafting Chase Claypool this month. Okay, I see the tight end I want. The fact that it's round 16 and Kareem Hunt's still available is unbelievable. And somewhere. He should. I know Cleveland said that he lost a step, or there was reports out of Cleveland that he lost a step, but yeah. I mean, I'd love to get Kareem Hunt right now. But so we took Michael Mayer there, tight end out of Vegas. We had mentioned him earlier. And then we took Wan'Dale Robinson, somebody who I have zero exposure to, but he is high upside. He's a burner, and I need to start getting exposure elsewhere. So the guys who I said I would forever fade, I need to pick up at least once. And I am somebody who was quoted saying I'm forever fading every wide receiver out of the Giants organization. So right now it's all about exposure, getting exposure elsewhere. If this was redraft format, I think my strategy would have been completely different because there was a lot of juicy value in the second round, in the third round. But yeah, I still love the team that we're putting together right now. This is my most unique draft yet. So after we go Wan'Dale, Zach Evans taken off the board, whatever. Nicole Hardman gone, decent pick. Robert Woods gone. He's got potential there. I think he's got potential there. Is he going to be like a high volume touchdown player? Is he going to be a spike week player? No, I think you're going to get your consistent like 4 to 6 receptions every now and then with like 45, 50 yards, probably equating to maybe 9 to 12 fantasy points. And that's okay. Sometimes 9 to 12 fantasy points from a wide receiver in the 18th, 19th round is what you need. But once again, we're going for like super spike week players who have redonkulous speed. All right, so after Robert Woods is gone, Greg Dortch is gone. I think if Clayton Tune plays quarterback this year for the Arizona Cardinals, Greg Dortch is going to have himself a season because Greg Dortch is the upgraded version of Tank Dell, and Tank Dell was Clayton Tune's favorite receiver at the University of Houston. So yeah, Clayton Tune, somebody who I want to get exposure to, but I'll never do it unless we get more news, and then it'll be too late because he's going undrafted. After Dortch, Gus Edwards is gone. Somebody who I want to get exposure to, but I'll only get Gus Edwards if I get J.K. Dobbins, and I'm not getting many J.K. Dobbins in the draft. He's in that like weird space where there's just a big teardrop of the tight end position. Like you get your Dallas Goederts, you get your Kyle Pitts, your Darren Wallers, and then J.K. Dobbins just like hanging out there, and you're like, okay, well, I know I'm going to get running back value later. Maybe I'll pass on him. So after Gus Edwards is gone, Richie James taken. Richie James in Kansas City is very interesting, but we also said that about Nicole Hardman. There's only one Tyreek Hill. They said Henry Ruggs was going to be a speed demon. They were right. They said he's going to be like Tyreek Hill. They were very wrong. God, what an idiot. Mike Gesicki gone. Somebody who I don't believe in at all, but I don't believe in anybody on our New England Patriots offense other than Ramondre Stevenson, and I know we're going to use him until he busts a kneecap or an Achilles, and I hate to freaking say that because I love him as a player, but we're not doing anything anywhere else. Ramondre Stevenson is going to be used and abused. If we can get guys like Demario Douglas on the field, if we can get guys like, Hunter Henry involved, if we can get James Robinson to spell Ramondre Stevenson, if Mac Jones can show any sort of poise whatsoever in the pocket, we're going to have a decent season. But it all starts with Mac Jones, and I don't believe he's got it in him. I want to be proven wrong so bad, though. Like, I will root for him this year until he forces me to call for Bailey Zappi. So after Gesicki, Darius Slayton, Tillman, CEH is gone, Tim Patrick, Musgrave, Mac Jones, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Sam Howell, Brock Purdy, Trey Robinson, Tank Dell, Josh Reynolds. All right. This is the running back we're talking about right here. Israel Abinaconda. Love his value. And Jelani Woods. All right. So we got 3 tight ends. We're good at tight end. But I mean, look at it this way. If I were to wait for a quarterback, I could take Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, Desmond Ridder, all surefire starters in these last rounds because ADP is absolutely broken. But a Jalen Hurts is too good to pass up on. But look, round 19, Trey Lance, who is healthy, he's throwing. Like, he looks great. Like, look at the OTA videos now. Or wait till the stream's done before you. Trey Lance is healthy. He's falling to the 19th round. Jimmy Garoppolo, like, yeah, he's not going to be ready to go right away after a surgery in March. Yes, they put a waiver in his contract in case the surgery doesn't go well, but this is the NFL we're talking about, people. Surgeries always go well until they don't. Then Desmond Ridder, who's also going to be a starter in Atlanta and have some spike weeks. You can get 3 quarterbacks in the last 3 rounds and stack up everywhere else and not have to reach on an elite tier quarterback like we did. Absolutely bananas. But yeah, guys like Brock Purdy, Sam Howell, and Mac Jones go ahead of Desmond Ridder, Trey Lance, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Make that make sense. Now, if these folks had access to our draft guide and our tier list by simply subscribing to our YouTube channel and using code Disco Drafts when you sign up for Drafters Fantasy Sports, you get up to $100 match with your initial deposit. All the transactions are done in U.S. currency, by the way. They would get our $30 value tier lists and draft guide. They would get it for Redraft League. They would get it for Best Ball exclusively on Drafters. So the fact that we have the secret sauce and they do not is why we're better, why we get to. I'm kidding. You guys are all amazing. Everybody on Drafters is phenomenal. God bless you all. I don't mean to throw shade like that. Just trying to be funny. So after we take Jelani Woods, Xavier Hutchinson's gone, then Ferguson's gone, Noah Fant, Joshua Kelly, Tavius Murray, Deuce Vaughn, Devontae Parker, Jimmy Garoppolo, Paris Campbell, Corey Davis. So Jimmy Garoppolo went in the 19th round. Trey Lance is the one who went in the 20th round this draft. Aaron says Lance's throwing motion has gotten more compact per some of the early camp videos. Well, his throwing motion, I mean, I was probably making fun of this maybe 2 weeks ago. His throwing motion is due to signing Patrick Mahomes as quarterback coach. They've been working together all offseason. So even when he was in the boot, he was still working on his mechanics, and it looks great. And the fact that this guy is getting Trey Lance in the 20th round right now. 20th round. Had I needed another quarterback, I would have been all over Trey Lance in round 16. Serious. That's how high I have him ranked in our ADP. He's going to play. Who's going to start? A guy who they traded their entire future for, or a guy who is Mr. Irrelevant? And now, don't get me wrong. Brock Purdy, what he did was absolutely phenomenal. It was incredible. We can't write it off. But he also had a very easy schedule when he did step in at the helm. Once again, I don't want to write him off because like what he did was absolutely phenomenal. But if you had to start one, if that was your investment, who'd you lean towards? Ty Chandler, I'd really like that. No. So this is what it looks like picking the last player overall. All right. Do I have time? Demario. Nope, I didn't spell it properly. We lose. All right, who do we take? Ryan Tannehill. God. I wanted to take Demario Douglas there. We took Ryan Tannehill. Why do you have to be so big and stubby? And all right, let's review our draft. We got Jalen Hurts, and we got Kirk Cousins. We got 2 quarterbacks, just 2. At the running back position, we got Travis Etienne, James Cook, Khalil Herbert, Kendre Miller, Roschon Johnson, Tyler Algier, Israel Abanikanda. So these guys are all going to have their spike weeks. Just hopefully they counter the other, and I get at least 2 good performances every week. So I got 7 running backs. We'll all have good potential, and if I could get 2 good performances every week until the championship, we're great, because our wide receiver core is going to anchor us to the championship. That's Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Van Jefferson, and Wan'Dale Robinson. And then at the tight end position, we got Dallas Goedert, Michael Mayer, and Jelani Woods. All in all, other than the Ryan Tannehill mishap, I'm very pleased with our draft. I think we did good. I think we did real good. All right, folks, we powered through a very humbling moment where we thought that we had the pull of Mason Dodd and could just fill a draft at the snap of a finger, but it's June 1st. And we have ways to go, but we're going to work our butts off to get to where we need to get as a channel, and to get, as many drafts filled in as possible. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I know we wanted to start earlier, but we didn't. Appreciate you all. I want to say it takes a village. And I love my fucking village. And hopefully tomorrow, happy Friday, we'll get some fucking DeAndre Hopkins news. In the meantime, bye, guys.